thank you and appreciate you. If you have subscribed to my channel, I want to also say a very big thank you to you. And for those that have not subscribed that will still come across this video, please, you can do well to subscribe. On this channel, I bring you latest information of what is happening in and outside Nigeria. All right? So I bring you information of the things that are happening in Nigeria and outside Nigeria, of course, the world at large. So today we will be discussing about 10 countries that Nigeria is owing big money. 10 countries. A lot of us don't actually know that Nigeria is owing big monies. If there's anything like that, monies to many countries. What I'm talking about is billions of dollars. Billions of dollars they are owing to so many countries. All right. So today we'll be mentioning some of those countries. We'll be mentioning some of those countries, and we'll also mention how much Nigeria is owing them. But before I start, I always ask questions. All this money they are borrowing, what are they doing with it? That is my major question. What are they doing with it? All this money they are borrowing, what are they doing with it? They have borrowed money from China. I'm not talking about the money they borrowed from UK. I'm not talking about the money they borrowed from France. So many other countries that Nigeria borrow money from. Yet, the money they are borrowing, we are not seeing it in our economy. We are not seeing it in our country. There's no good road. There's no good infrastructure. There's no good hospital. There's no good health care center. There's nothing. In fact, things are getting worse. The economy is getting worse and worse. Just a couple of days ago, about 2 days ago, we had the World Bank come out to say that Nigeria is owing big money and they have to suffer for the next 10 to 15 years before they can, settle for a better economy. I don't really know if with the reason some of the news where we they see. Honestly, I don't know if with the reason we as Nigerians, whether with the reason the news where we they see, whether we they even think about it. What is the future of this country? What is the future of this country? I don't really know if with the reason now. Sometimes there are news that I see like this, I'll just be, God, why? God, how come? Is it a nation or what? Or just a place where some sort of baboons are being kept? Honestly speaking, even places that baboons are being kept are much kind of better than this country. I'm being honest. It is in this country you will hear that snake swallow 36 million naira. What am I saying? 36 billion? Is it 36 billion? Snake enter somebody's office and swallow 36 billion. Snake. It is in this country that you hear that monkey do this one. In this country now you go hear all those things. Why? Our leaders don't even care about us. What they care is how much they get. And that is why most of them, once they get there, they don't care because they have had a lot of experiences and they have had a lot of things that, man, once you are here, just take as much as you can take. So these people just do us anyhow. They suffer us. They humiliate us. They kill us and all kind of things they do to us and nobody to question them. Now, Tinubu has stepped down. Buhari has stepped down for Tinubu. All the atrocities that Buhari has done, who is questioning him? Nobody. In fact, I heard one of the news that he said that nobody should mention his name in anything. Yes, that nobody should mention his name. That if you mention his name for anything, say you do this one, say we'll get wahala with you. So you can imagine, our leaders become unquestionable. They exclude themselves from accountability. They don't care. All they care is how much they get, what they get, how much they embezzle. Look at the monies I have here. As of the time I was doing this research, I was nearly crying. Look at the money we are seeing here. A lot of things happening. And nobody to question anybody. Nobody. The other time we heard they wanted to block the internet because they saw a lot of people was commenting about the government. I don't really understand what is going on in this nation. Honestly speaking, I don't really understand what is going on. Now, let me give you a simple instance from the statistics I have here. As of June 30th, 2023, Nigeria is owing China, 4.7 billion. $4.7 billion. Dollars will not be naira. $4.7 billion. But can you imagine that before the December of last year finishes, that Nigeria is owing China about $5.16 billion. In just 6 months, they have borrowed another $1.5 billion. What did they use it for? And nobody's asking questions. Buhari will just stay in his office, write a letter, send it to the Senate. The Senate will just read it without any question, without any deliberation. They will just pass it on. And Nigeria goes there, they go there to take loan. Do you know how much they are owing World Bank? As I'm speaking to you now, Nigeria is owing World Bank $16.5 billion. $16.5 billion. For what? Not only that, Nigeria is owing UK $8 billion. That owing United Kingdom $8 billion. Nigeria is owing France. I weep for Nigeria. What is happening? Nigeria is owing France $652 million. $652 million. What did they use it for? On whom did they use it? No wonder our president, they buy private jet every year. Buying private jet every year. The next president will enter, he will buy his own private jet of 50 billion, 100 billion. They will just be buying things. Honestly, this is a concern for all. As of the time of I was making this research, I saw something that in China they call it a slave loan. That Nigeria took a slave loan. Do you know what that means? Slave loan. Haba. Last year, when was it last 2 years or so, when Buhari was still in power, he borrowed money from China with Nigerian sovereignty. Are you aware of that? He borrowed money. He said to China, borrow me this money. If I'm not able to pay you, come and take Nigeria. Some of us don't know. Today we have China market, we have China everything in Nigeria, we have China police station in Nigeria. God, there are things I see, there are things I hear like this. I'm asking myself, what is happening? Oh God, I feel for this nation. Honestly speaking, as I'm speaking to you, Nigeria is owing Germany $125 million. $125 million. Say wetin happen. If I press this in calculator, my phone cannot even carry it. $125 million. Remember, I said they are owing UK $8 billion. That one a billion. $8 billion. $8 billion. What are they using it for? What? A lot of people in Nigeria now cannot afford food to eat. 1 square meal a day is war. 1 square meal a day is war. Yet our government, our leaders are, collecting money, squandering money, doing money anyhow. Why? Isn't that concerning? Look at it. How much are they owing Japan? They are owing Japan big money. I don't know if you can see me. Since network is disturbing here.